Well, hello everybody. It's Meade Skelton with another vlog chat for you. I wanted to do sort of a deep confessional. I'm in my confessional booth, if you can't tell. um, I want to talk about my music and some things I struggle with. I get kind of sad because I feel like, some people don't like my music. I know it won't appeal to everyone, but I'm trying to figure out why people don't like it. I hear a lot of feedback that doesn't seem to fit with what the way I feel about it. So the best compliment, I'll start with the best compliment ever received, and that was that my music sounded old yet current. It didn't sound like it was recorded yesterday. It sounded like it was made today, but it has that classic sound to it, like that aesthetic that I'm going for, which I really like. But let me start off by saying I never wanted to be retro. I never wanted to be a retro actor, musician, or anything like that. I wanted to be current and contemporary, but I wanted to have my own stuff. And I just feel like it's hard to balance the two. It's so much easier if I were just an instrumentalist. There's basically no pressure there with instrumentals. But when you write music that has lyrics and melody and production and messages, tied to it, it's harder to market it in, as it's not just background music. You're doing a more of a, foreground, in the front and center kind of music. It's harder to market that if people don't like it. So here's the problem. I like certain kinds of music that I feel like a lot of people don't like, and I don't want to do music that I don't like. So my conundrum is I have to figure out what the public wants, but a lot of what the public wants I don't like. Like, I don't like the Beatles. I don't like Jason Mraz. I don't care for the metal or grunge music or modern country music as it stands, or anything that I think a lot of people like, the mainstream. And that makes it difficult for me because how can I keep my integrity as a musician and do what people want to hear? So the feedback I get, like, I don't even know if people have heard my music because, like, some people say your songs all sound the same. They are so wrong about that. Now, I'm not just saying that as a defense mechanism or to be, I'm not offended by that because it isn't true. How can you say my music all sounds the same? My songs are all like separate entities. That's the problem, is I'm too eclectic. I don't have a sound. So the other argument is, well, you have no target audience. Well, of course I don't, because most people, most bands, you hear one of their songs, that's it. You've heard them all, and people are into that sound. But they're not into the song itself. They're just into the style and the sound of the music. They're not into the message of it necessarily. So if you hear from the outside looking in, how is that like Sweet Tea? How is Hipsters Ruin Everything like The Courage Ride? How is Old South, how is that like Before You Go? Or Me and My Horse? None of these songs are alike. None of them. They might have the piano in them, but they don't sound the same. So I'm confused as to why people say that. So everyone says, I hear people say, you don't have a target audience. I beg to differ. I do have a target audience. It just isn't a broad one. But I do have one. And I think I've heard a lot of people that there are people, they're in the minority, but there are people that really like my music for the music, and they're not just being ironic or to be, funny. They actually like the music, but they don't like me or my politics or whatever. And I never try to do that. I don't put my politics that much in the music at all. Even the hipster song is not meant to be political. But I'm just trying to figure out if all of this is true, then I'm really struggling because I don't know what to do with it at this point. I just love singing, so everything I do, I never record anything that I wouldn't like myself. If I wouldn't listen to it myself, I don't record it. I don't perform it. That's the whole point, is I'm doing music that I like, and I'm hoping that another group of people that like the same stuff that I might resonate with them, and so they'll like it too. But if there isn't an audience, if I don't have a target audience, if if it all sounds like Yankee Doodly, which is not true. Have they heard my music? It doesn't sound like Yankee Doodly. It doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound old-timey. Old-timey music doesn't use synthesizers or keyboards or orchestrations like I do. My music doesn't. Now, I might have a 70s or 80s feel to the beat, but I don't sound like a jug string band. I don't understand the feedback I'm getting, so I'm sort of frustrated. I'm trying to say, why do people, and so I guess this is why people hate my music or they don't like it, is because they think that it's not relevant or it's not modern enough. I hate that. I hate modern music. I feel like a lot of modern music is just, there's no aesthetics to it at all. It's like there's no melody at all. Have you heard rap music, hip hop music? There's just no melody. It's just a beat with someone talking over it. I mean, I could do that, but I don't want to do it. I could play heavy metal if I really wanted to, although I'm not really a guitar player as much. But it's not what I want to do. So I guess the point is, I have to stick with what I do. And I'm sorry that people don't like it. I'm sorry that it's not appealing to a broad audience. I always thought that if I had to say what style I do, I say I'm alternative country. That's what I am. I'm alternative country, pop, Christian music. There's nothing really innovative about what I do, but at the same time, I don't think my music is irrelevant either. I don't think that my music is, that mediocre or old-timey or whatever they want to call it. I disagree. I don't think it is. But I get a lot of people tell me that there's just no market for what I do. Now, ironically, this was years ago, when I was younger, a record company told me that they loved my voice. It was original, but they said my music was too eclectic. It was too all over the place. They were looking for a sound, and I was a songwriter, and I had different songs, and none of them sounded alike. So it's ironic that everyone says my songs sound alike when I was told by, executive that no, you're too eclectic, you're too broad. So, I'm not even really country. I'm not even really country in most of what I do. So I don't understand. I'm trying to figure it out. I guess, and another reason I'll tell you is that my approach to the singing part. Now, I've discussed this before, is that when I sing, I don't put a lot of affectations in it. I want to sing very natural and unaffected. I don't sing in the Negro style. But ever since Mariah Carey or Christina Aguilera, sounds like a disease. Ever since those people came out, everybody wants to sing in the Negro style. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm white, and I sing white. And I do country music because I'm not from England. I'm not from England. Why should I do punk rock music? I'm not from New York City. Why should I sing rap music? I am from Virginia. I grew up on country music. I do what I knew and I love. I want to be authentic and true to myself. I can't be a fake thing. I could do that, but it wouldn't be me. So I guess I'm at the point now where I say, I probably will never be mainstream. I probably will never make it on the mainstream. And my voice is not. I don't have that Jason Mraz kind of voice. I don't have that kind of style. A lot of people think that they haven't said they like my voice, but they just don't like the music. That's what I hear a lot from people. They say, stick to covers, because your covers are good, but your originals are terrible. But I would rather be terrible and be me than be a carbon copy of someone else, like a Jason Mraz or Maroon 5. Okay, now I'm dating myself. These are the bands that were popular when I was in my 20s. All those bands. American Rejects, whatever. I just want to be me, and I guess what I do is I bring my personality to the table, and I say, well, this is me, this is what I'm feeling, and I hope you can get something out of it too. I think my songwriting has really improved. When I watch my songwriting and my performances, I think my performance improved. When I watch videos, when I was really stiff at the keyboard, when I was 21, 22. Now I feel like I'm very natural and it flows, like liquid from a stream. It flows. I'm not a high energy performer, and I never will be. That's just my personality. I'm introverted, and Johnny Cash was an introvert, but that doesn't mean it's boring. You don't have to have a lot of energy. Well, you don't have to have a lot of outward energy to be interesting. There's a lot of quiet performers that don't flash on stage, and they still are very engaging. And so, anyway, I just want to share that with everyone that I'm sorry people don't like my music. I know that some people really hate it. Most people are indifferent to it. But I don't understand like some of the criticisms like it's old-timey or Yankee Doodly, or have they even, it's like they never listened to it. I don't think they've even listened to it. Or they listened to a few bars of it. It doesn't sound that way to me. So maybe I'm hearing something else. So anyway, folks, I hope I can improve as a musician. And I hope that y'all will give me a chance. So go to my website at meadskeltonsplace.com, and remember, folks, say a prayer for someone today. Bye.